when you say DiMarco, I say Polo, DiMarco, Polo. That's how we go, yo. But today I'm going to talk about Cookie in a production aspect. Yes, last week we talked about pre-production of Cookie and what I did to prep for Cookie. This week we're going to now look at some behind the scenes I shot, and I never really do behind the scenes, so this is all new to me. I just posted my GoPro up there, so I forgot day one, so this is all day two stuff. It's a learning process, so now I know what to do next time. And also it was a small motel room, so it was hard to figure out where to put the GoPro as well. And yeah, it was just not the best BTS stuff I could get in general, but you'll see what I have here, and hopefully we'll go from there. And let's get it going now. So here we go. We're using the FX30 right now. This was the first time really using it for a personal project. I used it before for outdoor Nevada, which was a lot of outdoor stuff, so this was more of a controlled environment, where that was an uncontrolled environment because it's outdoors and all that stuff. But this is indoors in a smaller room, trying to figure out a Super 35mm camera, which is I love that camera, by the way. It's really nice. But again, I had to be very conscious about what lenses I was using. So I used the 24 mostly for this film. I think I used the 14 once, and that was it. I didn't like how it looked. And then I used either a 35, I think, once, and an 85 or 50 once. So there wasn't that much like play in the experience of lenses, but I thought the 24 would look the best to give me the widest looking lens, because again, crop sensor wise, you gotta add like 1.6 or whatever it is, depending on the sensor. So we're really getting a 35 out of that from the 24. Again, it was really nice. It looked good. Again, you see the EI, which I'm still always learning to figure out how to think about it. So I tried to start it with the base ISO of 800, which didn't really work because it was still underexposed. And it was like, okay, so let me bump this up to 2500, which is the secondary ISO. So let me just stay here in this range, and now I'll figure that out from there. So luckily enough, what I had to do was put the lights across this light fixture, right? So I had that, and I had them blasted to 100, and I would at least get a exposure of maybe 0.0 or negative 0.3 or 0.0 on the dot middle, like perfectly exposed there, or a little bit overexposed. It wasn't a lot of overexposure, and there wasn't a lot underexposure at that time with the 2500 base ISO. So that's where I kept it most of the time. And by the way, I do use a LUT from the FX3. So an FX3 LUT I'm using on this FX30 footage, just to give a heads up as well too. So let's continue. Right now we're setting up for a pickup scene from yesterday's stuff. So I did a lot of handheld for the shoot and a lot of tripod stuff too, because it's very tough to be in a confined space and like pick your you have to pick and choose your battles, and that's what I was trying to do, pick and choose my battles. And if anything, like handheld was a lot of this as well too. So right now we are spraying aerosol fog, and this is Mario. He plays Reggie in this shoot. I think the acting in this was superb. Like Courtney, who played Cookie, and Mario, who played Reggie, were fantastic. His reaction and I got lost in his eyes and his reaction when filming this. Actually, I was just so amazed and so mesmerized by his performance, and it was captivating at this performance actually. So in this little pocket that you're watching right now, we are going over how when she walked by, because we're doing a close-up, when she walks by, you'll see the shadow of her on Mario. So that's the goal, to see the shadow, like something came across his face. Performance from Mario, which is phenomenal as well too. Like, I just watched this whole thing, I was like, holy shit, this is great. See, that was where the shadow came in, because it was like the shadow of like him memorizing. When we were ready, we were getting ready, and then the actors, Mario and Courtney, sorry, I said Cookie, but Mario and Courtney would really get into character, and they have a very unique way of getting ready, and they would just really like focus on energy and certain things, and like it's a special, I guess, a certain technique of acting. They focused on a certain thing, like he's talking about like how why are people addicted to drugs, and like what is their reasoning behind it. And it's trying to understand it to get into the character for that scene specifically. Okay, so this is me getting the lights, charging the light, and putting it on to that light fixture over there, as you see. So that's how my lighting was and how my setup was for this whole time. So this is from our first, the first scene, or the first, yeah, we shot the first scene on the second day, but I love this close-up. It's a very wonderful close-up. I mean, this is what I love about the 24. I didn't shoot wide open. I kind of keep my broken-ons. Also, just a heads up, if you have the broken-on CDSs, don't open them up all the way to like 1.5 because there is chromatic aberration. I believe I had these open to a 2 as well, so I kind of keep it around there, maybe a 2.2. So, but yeah, I thought this was great. This looks great. There's just this quality to it. Like I was very happy with the stuff I shot. It's a little nervous, not gonna lie, but overall, everything I shot I thought was very well. And then let me just see you in position one more time. Make sure, oh, you're perfectly in focus. Perfect. Yeah, that was a little tough, that getting that focus mark, because again, like where she was gonna fall, I had to make sure I hit that right focus. And even when we went over and we checked the focus, she'd maybe miss a spot. So we had to do that a couple of times actually. All right, if you're watching this in the picture-in-picture and you see what I'm doing, I'm standing on the bed. That was not the greatest bed to stand on. It was, if you moved, it was like it was all those creaking noises. So I had to be very careful, and it's not in the edits of the actual boom. Luckily, it was tough. That was a little tough to do that shot. Okay, I want to give it one more, 2 more shots of him, and that's it.
That was great. That was great.
Okay.
Awesome.
Let's get you from
Even though I said the line's different both times, that's great.
an editor's favorite thing when an actor says the lines different times, you have to figure out which one's gonna work better. She's on the mattress. Yeah. We'll start from there with the close-ups that way, and then we'll cut to it, and then we'll go through that whole thing. Then we'll get close-ups you leaving.
I ain't gonna tell you shit.
You don't even need these no more since there's nothing to fucking smoke.
Ain't nothing stopping you from going to get any.
Come on, you know nothing matters.
Relax.
Better come back.
Come back, reset. I saw Carlos's boom.
Oh, so hard to speak. My feet.
And that was another thing too, is his
Yeah.
shoes would squeak as well, so
him.
the audio would pick that up as well too. So we had to get his shoes off there. So, production, Murphy's Law. It was super hot in that room. I mean, with 5 bodies in there, or 6 bodies in there. Wait, hold on, let me do math. Me, Carlos, Drew, makeup artist lady, I forgot her name. Sadly, I'm sorry if you're watching this. Mario, Courtney, yeah, 6 people. 6 people in that room, no air conditioning on. It got a little stuffy. I was sweating. Ready? Into action. Oh, boom. Move it back. Shadow. Oh, yep. I think you're good.
Good?
Yep.
I'm gonna go?
Yep.
Relax.
Better come back with something useful, Sprinkle Dick.
All right. Keep rolling. One more. Come back in. One more. Right, keep going. All right. Yep.
Relax.
Better come back with something useful, Crinkle Dick.
So yeah, that was day 2 overall with Cookie. Again, it was a fun 2-day shoot. Very long 2-day shoots, but we got a lot done. Like 10 scenes, I think. No, not yet. 9 scenes, which were an episode each, and about a page almost. A couple of them were a page and a half, but they're within a lot to do and a lot to get done. And originally they wanted to do one day of that, and I was like, no, we should do 2. And even 2 days felt like it wasn't a lot of time too, because there's so much going on. You're trying to do so much, and even that, like, I didn't go to the place before. I couldn't scout it, but like I didn't really know the room that well. But again, it worked out, and I didn't write a shot list. I kind of improvised. I knew going in or each scene I would go over it with them and go, okay, we're gonna get this shot, this shot, this shot, this shot, and this shot, and then we do the scene a couple times, kind of like run through it, and then do the shot, boom, move on. All right, let's get like, all right, what's the next shot? Like, what shot do we need next? I was figuring out the shots I needed for the edit, so I was figuring out the edit while I was shooting that as well too. So it wasn't just, it was a little jumbled in that regard, like, oh, what shot are we doing next? But it was more or less like trying to figure out the small room and knowing how to maneuver with not seeing the audio guy or the PA or the makeup artist in that room as well. So that was just that challenges, but it's also challenges that make you think, make you rise to an occasion to figure out. And there's a lot going on as well too. But it was fun. It was a lesson and lessons learned. Lessons always learned from every shoot. You always know what to do next or what to expect next. It's kind of like your experience points, right? You always level up or at least gain experience points. And I think I gained some great experience from this shoot as well. So it was an honor to do it, and I loved it. You know, totally learned a lot, and I totally learned not to bring too much shit the first day because again, I didn't know the whole layout. And even that, if I could do it again, I would. Would I change the lighting of that? Yes. If I had more flexible light, like I think a bigger flexible light, I would probably tape it up to the ceiling and go from there. Or I would have brought these variables that you see right behind you. But I think they'd be long enough to do. So they go up to 12 feet, and I think that room would be 12 feet from TV basically to bed. So, or bed to light. So I think that would have worked. But my car's not big enough to put the variables in, and I don't have the stuff for the van yet that I can go just drive that around willy-nilly. So there's that issue for now, but I'll be fixed and corrected soon. But again, I learned more about, like, you know, how to fix situations and how to like adjust on the fly and stuff like that. So again, it's a journey, it's a process, and again, it's always learning, because that's what we do. We have to learn, we have to gain experience, and you're always learning. If you're not learning from somewhere, then what's the point? Like, if you're not learning, right? Like, you have to learn, you have to adapt also. You have to just be better each time. So that's really the end of my spiel of there at the same time. But I want to say thank you again, guys, for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys learned some valuable stuff, hopefully. Wait for next week. I got another good video coming up next week. Please subscribe if you didn't already. I'm planning on making more videos, obviously, so subscribe. So again, thank you guys. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. I'll catch you next time, which will be next Tuesday. Happy Thanksgiving also, by the way. So peace.